Hi, St. Mary Sunday Schoolers. How are you doing? Are you coping? Are you helping around the house? Are you getting to walk outside? You know, I know these are tough times right now for a lot of people. Lots of changes. But we still have many, many blessings that we can recognize in our lives. I want you to think of, say, 4 blessings. Things that you're thankful for right now. Okay, I'll share some of mine. I am grateful for being able to take beautiful, long walks in this great city of ours. I'm grateful for having a lot of books that I can read. I'm also really thankful for all those people who work to help us every single day. The doctors, the nurses, the people collecting our trash, the teachers helping us with distant learning. I'm also really grateful to be able to hear the sound of birds. Have you noticed how much louder birds are now that there isn't so much noise going on in the streets? And I'm also thankful for the health of my family and friends. So I guess I came up with 5. I'm sure all of us could come up with lots more than that. And speaking of counting our blessings, I want you to please remember to share your blessings by continuing to take part in the Heifer Project. Your Sunday school teachers are going to collect those boxes when we all get back together again. Do you remember what the money we raise goes toward? Right. We provide farm animals to families around the world who don't have as much to eat as we do and who also want to learn to be self-sufficient. They're taught to take care of these animals, so after they receive them, they can keep on creating their own food day after day after day and sharing with others. What are some of those animals that our money goes towards buying? Do you remember? If you said cows, you're right. Chickens, pigs, goats. We can help all these people have food and live happier and more productive lives and stay a lot healthier. So continue with your Heifer Project. It's really important. Okay, so what season are we in? Do you remember? If you said Lent, you're right. And when does Lent end? If you said Easter, you're right again. And that's next week. We're about to begin the most important and the most holy week in the Christian church. And it starts with Palm Sunday, which this year is Sunday, April the 5th. Some of you might be watching this on Palm Sunday. I'm going to read you the story about Jesus going to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover. Passover being a very special holiday in the Jewish religion. On the outskirts of Jerusalem, Jesus spoke to 2 of his disciples. "Go on ahead of us," he said. "At the edge of the next village, you'll find a donkey. Bring it to me, and if anyone asks you why you are taking it, tell them I sent you, and then I'll return it to them." The men found the donkey, threw their cloaks over its back, and helped Jesus to climb on. When the people realized that Jesus had arrived in Jerusalem, they all came out to greet him. Some threw their cloaks down in front of him as he rode along. Others laid down palm branches. "Praise God," they shouted. "God's King is coming." On entering Jerusalem, Jesus went straight to the temple. He found it full of men buying and selling doves. Others were exchanging money for special temple coins. Jesus was furious and began to drive them out. "This is a place of prayer," he cried, "and you have made it into a den of thieves." After this, Jesus healed people who were ill. When the chief priests heard what he had done, they were really angry. With so many people following Jesus, the priests and other rulers saw him as a real threat to their power. They were now even more determined to get rid of him than before. So, Palm Sunday. Why is it called Palm Sunday? That's because of the palm leaves that people used to greet Jesus with when he came into Jerusalem. You know, in some countries where palm trees don't grow as easily, people gather other leaves or plants. Some people gather pussy willows and use those in their celebrations on Palm Sunday. And people in Italy, they gather the boughs from their olive trees to use. When a king came to a capital city, they usually rode on a war horse. Not Jesus. Jesus chose to ride into Jerusalem on a donkey. He was letting them know that he was coming as a king by riding, but more importantly, he was showing him the kind of king that he was. Not a king connected with war and hate, but a king of peace and love. There's a beautiful legend connected with the donkey that the cross of dark hair on a donkey's back only appeared after Jesus had ridden on one. So thanks for joining us today. Have a lovely Palm Sunday. Have a wonderful Holy Week. And don't forget to count your blessings. Bye-bye.